Hello my friends, my name is Jay Milanov, the one behind the English with Jay project and the Essential English course. And you're listening to episode 30 of my weekly Essential English podcast. Have you ever listened to a song that really speaks to you? That doesn't only sound good musically, but also seems to touch your heart and your mind in a special way. Well, great art does that sometimes. And music is a special form of art. It gives you both a nice melody to remember the words and a rhythm to repeat them easily. Last week, I listened to a song by Sting. It's called Englishman in New York, and it's probably his most famous song ever. Today, I would like to tell you a little more about it and about Sting himself. Englishman in New York came out in 1988, and it was shot in New York, as the name suggests. On the surface, it's just a catchy song. The melody is interesting, the reggae rhythm is easy to follow, and Sting has a pleasant voice. Not much to dislike about it, really. But what happens under the surface is much more interesting to me. And that's because this song is actually a gentle criticism against America. You see, Sting is an Englishman, as the name suggests again. And he's in New York. But that's not the end of the story, nor the beginning, to be honest. On one hand, the United States of America used to be a British colony. Long, long ago, the Queen of England sent some of her generals and aristocrats to take care of the British interests in North America. But those people became more and more unhappy with the Queen's taxes and her leadership, and they decided to stop being British. It must feel strange for an Englishman to go to New York. English people are no longer so welcome there, even though the city used to be British. It's called New York, after all. Novi York. And York is a town in England. So Sting sings about what it feels to be British and come back to New York, 200 years after the Brits lost the city. He sings how people ignore and make fun of him because he looks strange to them, wearing a black coat and a scarf and carrying an umbrella in the sun. But that's just what Englishmen do, Sting says. So he does it. He's a true Englishman, a true ambassador of his country and his culture. This is something that we Bulgarians could try. Imagine going to London in a traditional Bulgarian nusia. Really brave, right? Well, the same thing can be said about Sting in New York. And on the other hand, Sting criticizes American culture. He suggests that New Yorkers are not very polite and friendly, which means they are not at all gentlemen. Unlike them, you can see in the video how Sting respects people and smiles at strangers just like a gentleman should. The whole song is a lesson on how to be a gentleman. As you hear Sting sing, a gentleman will walk but never run. A gentleman doesn't need a gun to make you respect him. And a gentleman stays true to himself no matter what others say. If you enjoy talking about the hidden meaning of words and art, take a look at this post and its comments. If, instead of Englishman in New York, the song was called Gentleman in a former British colony, everyone would understand the hidden meaning of the song. But this is not the way art works. Artists, like Sting, are rarely politically active. They usually express their cultural criticism in a very delicate and indirect way, so that no one gets offended. As a gentleman, Sting didn't want to make Americans feel bad. He just wanted to make them think about their manners. That's enough for today, I think. Enjoy your week, and until next Monday.